1,000 words ain't enough to define the body of, yeah. Caught her look and she wants it back. She's firing up that body up, yeah, babe. You think that I want you, but nah, babe. You're one in a million, but it's not for me. I'm not into girls with a plastic trace. Don't take it too personally, yeah. My fault, my bad. The word's out, but you aren't ready for it. Show off, appearance of I got it, but I got.
You're always on your game during work time. Now, take the work out of game time. And creating your best edit requires time to make the right cuts. So, we help cut render times. Get the processing power to do it all. Join the gamers and creators who know the pure speed of AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen.
Welcome everyone to AMD Presents Streamer Quest with Windows 11 and Xbox Game Pass. This is the Halo Infinite Community Tournament where multiple teams from across the region are playing for a cash prize of 50,000 rupees. This is day 2. I'm CCV John alongside Aggressive and we are bringing to you the semi-finals for the day. Yesterday we had 4 different best of 3s, 8 different teams participating, and out of them only 4 now remain. And today's matchups aggressive. Seeing how yesterday went, one can only be far too excited for how today goes.
That is for certain. Yesterday's matches, we did see High Ping and, of course, JBGN be pretty much dominant forces throughout all of their matches. But
Yep.
today, now these juggernauts are going to be facing off against one another. We are looking forward to all of it, but we do have 2 sets of games, and let's head on over towards the brackets to get a visual representation of all of that. And just as I stated, Hyping versus JBGN, and it is going to be TRKDH 117 versus Frentinels. Frentinels, we have not seen them play at all because the game that they did win out against Deadbeats was forfeit from their end. So it's a little bit rough. So let's see what Frentinels even have to showcase to us. There's a lot of buzz around this team, but then again, sometimes when you overhype a team, they tend to not be able to perform to that standard. So I'm going to keep it all mellow. I'm just going to say that they're a really good team, but they really do need to prove themselves because TRKDH, from what they have done against Apex bots initially, it just goes to show that that team has a lot of talent already on their side, and they could just be the contenders for the finals.
Yeah, for the side of Hyping and JBGN, our first matchup for whom we'll be having a look at the map video as well. The thing is, their previous opponents, they were, well, to be fair, fairly inexperienced teams, or well, their experience was an outlier, not as enough as their opponents. But the side of, inside of Apex Sports, they had already shown their dominance. Yes, they did lose, but they gave a fair fight to their opposition. So already for their side, heading into the semifinals, they know the taste of having a tough matchup in such a setting. However, that all of those discussions are for the second semifinal for the day. We will be taking a look at match 1. It's going to be JBGN up against Hyping. These 2 rosters, they had one-sided performances in the previous day. 256-0, 53 scores like these. That was that. But now it's a best of 5. Now they're up against each other, and taking a look at the maps as well, we see a lot of commonalities. And already starting off aggressive, I know you won't be the happiest person seeing what is going to be game mode 1, especially the map.
Stronghold Streets, it's gonna happen all over again.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the thing is, both of these teams, they're very well experienced. And
True.
I would say, yeah, JBGN don't really have the experience under their belt, but they do have the aim potency. And if you have the raw mechanical skill to back up a little bit of your movement and an experience when it comes down to playing the game, it should be completely fine. But Hyping on the other side, they have a lot of experience. We have seen them just completely tear through their oppositions, not just through their raw mechanical skill, but also their game sense and, of course, team play and coordination. I'm really hoping that JBGN, they were able to play a couple of more hours together and just fine-tune their skills to play to the best of their own abilities, because this opponent is nothing to scoff at. And if you if you try to take your opposition lightly, especially here in the semifinal stage, that finals position could just be magically going out of your hands.
Okay, now I'm looking at the game modes, I'm looking at the maps. The maps, well, for my point right now, won't really matter a lot, but the game modes do. For something like Slayer, it's gonna be all out fragging. That is your objective. Plain and simple. You just have to get kills. I'm not gonna discuss that because everyone there is looking for kills. For other game modes, for Oddball, for Capture the Flag, if we do see Capture the Flag, we for sure today will be seeing Oddball. That's really good. And then obviously we'll be starting off with Strongholds as well, which as a matter of fact, we'll be jumping in right now. My question is, are star players like Paradox on the side of JBGN and Cerberus on the side of Hyping Are they going to be looking to just go all out warfare and start shooting? Because that's exactly what's already happening right now. We see multiple kills being traded back and forth. The rocket launcher goes off and Master dies instantly by the hands of Eliminator.
You see a lot of damage already being done, and the first initial map is not exactly Stronghold, it's Slayer. Oh, it's Slayer. The first initial matchup, and in this sense, it's gonna be a lot more interesting of how they keep this point margin going, because already we do see 6 points going in the favor of the side of High Ping. So High Ping, they're already taking a massive advantage just because of the raw experience that they do have, and with this pickup coming on down through, it's just getting better, better, and better. But
oh my god,
this level of mid control trying to get established, it's gonna get punished on heavily. GBGN, they're on the back foot, and one by one they're getting taken down. Even though the trades are coming in, still a 3-point marginal victory, I would say, at the bare minimum for the side of High Ping.
Absolutely. So High Ping have the dominance right now, plus they're getting the kills. Alright, again, nice nade shot right there. But taking a look at Soul Screech and these 1v1s, I mean, already a lot of these spectators have managed to capture, I believe, multiple 1v1s. And the thing is, these players, all 8 of them, are only engaging in 1 versus 1s. I really haven't seen a lot of trades happen. And whenever these 1v1s are happening, guess what? High Ping are taking the advantage. They have extended the lead even further with how it stands right now, 15-7, an 8-point margin. The members of GBGN, they're trying. Paradox again went for those shots, but he'll be missing. And when you're completely oriented on just fragging out of your minds, the members of High Ping, like you mentioned, the experience plus their superior knowledge of the map. I mean, it is a rather simple map. However, you need to know the movement and the ins and outs of it, as 2 members of GBGN have already died, yet to respawn. Meanwhile, High Ping, they're just going everywhere, picking up all the power weapons. The rocket launcher goes off and goes off the body of 2 more members.
That rocket launcher is going to be able to add insult to injury. A little bit of the thrusters are used to get a little bit of an opportunity. That's going to be a grenade straight to the body of one. An Eliminator is going to be able to take down another one. Just look at them getting trampled here. That's a trade coming in from the side of Soul Screech, but right at the very end, the trades are all that they're getting. They need more, but at this point, when the power weapons are not even in your favor, how much more can you try and get away with? A couple of more shots. It was good, but Terminator's just way better in that regard.
Alright, overall, you know what I just said in the pre-match presentation, Aggressive? I said that it's Slayer and the game mode is going to be all-out domination. Everyone's going for the frags. Take a look at the kill feed on the side of High Ping. Everyone is giving such consistent performances. It's really amazing. You've got 8 kills, 7 kills, 5 kills. So everyone is putting in the effort. There's no star player as of now. Meanwhile, yes, it's consistent performances for the side of GBGN as well. However, they're just not enough, and they're not putting in enough effort as the members of High Ping are. Yet again, we see one Trap God also falling to the ground, and GBGN members, well, no matter where they're going, they're just being met with fire, and no matter which angle they peek, it is death and doom for them.
It's just getting worse and worse from time to time. Now that this massive point lead has already been established, 35-15, make it 36-15. Make it a 37-15, sorry. I can't even finish my sentences and they're still getting these kills. Just look at the kill feed on the left side. It's all yellow. And Team Eagle, they're just getting absolutely dominated in every single front. They cannot even get out of their spawns without getting shot at from multiple different scenarios. And the level of experience that High Ping have just playing Halo, it's really showing against a little bit much more of an underdog team, even if the aim game may be a little bit better from the side of JBGN.
Yeah, that was what I was considering heading into this matchup. I certainly did not expect such a result for something like Slayer, where it's all just, you know, aim. I was thinking High Ping, because of their superior knowledge, would play a little more of a brain game. Meanwhile, JBGN would go for all-out frags, both of which in their own regards are good strategies, just they have their own merits and demerits. But even in Slayer, the fact that High Ping are able to show domination over their opponents and almost take it, I mean, it's about to be 50 points. It's gonna be 50 points very, very soon, at the rate at which they're fighting the bullets, killing their enemies and dispatching their bodies, that High Ping, there is no confusion whatsoever. For the moment, they seem to be the tournament favorites, as they will take map number 1, game mode number 1 of this best of 5.
That was quick, that was simple, that was fly, and they had nothing to really worry about. As soon as they use snap your fingers, it's already done and dusted. The way that Hyping
Yep.
were playing, they were just in full control. They knew which avenues they needed to look out for. They knew exactly where they wanted to hold for. The tires position were being held, the left and right flanks were being controlled beautifully as well, and it was also set up through crossfires. For example, if one player is extremely low, a player on mid can instantly make a rotation and just kill the opponent who just got the initial trade-off. That's the thing.
True.
Even if there was a loss in a 1v1 engagement from the side of High Ping, there was someone else to retaliate, someone else to get those trades, to get those even man counts, and just keep the ball rolling from there. And in a way, the communication factor from the side of JBGN just did not pan out as you would have expected. And it's kind of on that note as well, you have to understand JBGN, they're much less of an experienced team from what we have heard. Paradox, Master, they've just been playing for a
Mhm.
couple of hours. Paradox is playing for 2 days, and Master just played for like 3 hours before jumping in to this tournament. So hey, they're a
Ah,
fun group of friends who are now playing to see what they can really do here. But at the end of the day, experience does matter, especially in a competitive setting. And we're gonna be seeing that level of experience on the match highlights as we jump on over onto that.
yeah.
And CCV,
Mhm.
all of these shots and all of these plays were absolutely crispy.
Oh, they were. Again, the thing we can capture in these highlights are these 1v1s. For me, they were the major indicator that high ping, they were in control. Wasn't a lot of the crossfires. Yeah, crossfires were being maintained. Everything was happening. Trades were there as well. But it was these single 1v1s that if they weren't melee trades, it was going in the favor of high ping. Yet again, another kill helping them. Now we take a look at Terminator. Guess what? Another kill. In this case, okay, fair respect to him. It was an off-guard kill. Once more, Terminator, another fair 1v1 duel, ends up winning. Okay, yeah, he had the rocket launch and he got a double. But still, you get my point I'm trying to say. And then the trade point was really like on fleek as well from the members of High Ping. There wasn't much JBGN could do. If you know, encounter the JBGN members in other FPS titles in 1v1 duels, yeah, probably you will be the one on the receiving end of these blows and headshots. However, for Halo Infinite, as far as High Ping are concerned, no one can seem to, find any fault in their system, in their strategies for now. At the moment, it's absolute sheer decimation.
And I think it's primarily because of the level of map control they already have. Because look at all the members of JBGN. They're taking all of the fights one by one without really going in for any sort of a game plan. Just look at how spread out they are. And the members of High Ping with their superior map knowledge just find them out, just going for a couple of pop shots. They have the power weapons in their arsenal. They have the Bulldog. They have the missile launcher. What do they have to worry about even? Is there anything the side of JBGN could do to try and contest them? No, not really. Not on the Slayer mode, at least. So that's going to be a little bit of a tough one because the next mode's going to be coming in. It's still going to be the map of streets. So what are they planning? That's the real question here.
Interesting question. Yeah, what exactly is gonna happen? Because now, what exactly are we talking about, Grace? If the major difference is experience, and experience not just in terms of the game mechanics like your movement, your shooting patterns, headshots, all of that, but map knowledge as well. And I mean map knowledge to the core. Those fine fundamentals you can, not fundamentals, rather like the advanced things you can only grasp if you have hours and hours and not 3 hours of gameplay on any map. So keeping that in mind, in my eyes, this will only favor High Ping more because Slayer was the one chance in my head I was thinking the members of JBGN may have a fair shot of winning. Why? Because it's all out just aim and kill. And if there's something the members of JBGN are good at doing, it's that pretty much. However, now going into something like Strongholds and later on Oddball as well, I'm not going to mention Capture the Flag. There may be a
That is
chance we'll
important.
not see that game mode in this one. We may not go to map number 4. So we'll delay it if it leads to the inevitable, if JBGN manage to win a map, which they have chances. However, keeping Strongholds in mind, High Ping really have a very good advantage. And I think as soon as we can jump into the game, we may just see it in action. Although I wholeheartedly want JBGN and all of their members to prove me wrong. I want them to show that they have the caliber as well and they can progress further.
The thing with Strongholds in particular is that as we're jumping straight up into the matchup, is that this is all about maximum control and not about the
Yep.
frags. And already you can see JBGN, they are taking a little bit of control away on the first initial basis, but still, they only got one capture point on their side, and even they try to capture the second one, It was only, what, one player who went in for that? Where were the other members when they were trying to spread themselves out to go in for the capture? Now 2 points have already been given up. And now High Ping, they're in a different situation. Think about what they did yesterday. Yesterday, they didn't even go for the 3rd point. They were just chilling and waiting for them to make the mistakes.
Exactly.
And if this is what happens here, it could be difficult. But then again, we don't really know just yet. Control has been established. High Ping are playing it very slow and steady. They're not giving away any form of avenues. They're going to play for the long game here. They don't care. Because at one point, JBGN, they're going to get desperate. All of them are going to push together. And when they die, that's when the C point is right.
And it feels like they don't even need the C point too much. I mean, they're generating points, albeit at times it does stop. However, the thing is, GBGN have 0 points in their board. So anything for High Ping is a plus. And like you said, they are playing a slow game. They are playing for the long haul.
How do you counter this?
They don't care, you know, what JBGN are trying. They are playing their own game. The Bulldog has been retrieved as well. And another 1v1 duel that's gonna favor the members of High Ping. Soul Screech, someone who had a bit of a quieter day yesterday. However, today he has been popping off. I think he had one of the highest kills in Slayer as well. And even right now, every single time you will see his name popping up on the scoreboard, on the kill feed, as it certainly is. And GBGN members, they are trying to take B control. It was only a single member. Not really sure what was attempted right there from Paradox. I guess it was a desperate move since he was all alone. But again, he has been punished for it, like you said.
Just have to wait and see how all of this is going to play out. And with the push coming in, C-Point's been captured, but they're trying to gain it all back. And maybe, just maybe, it could work out. That's going to be a double point capture. Finally, the side of JBGN are going to be able to... Never mind.
They get 3. That's plenty. But all jokes aside, yeah, they had this second, like their 5 seconds of fame, and then it was quickly reverted back to normal. Now they're going back to the old strategy of JBG, and they keep C control. And like you said, High Ping for the time being are giving it to them. But in return, they are getting those kills. Now, a bit dangerous for one of the members of High Ping right there. He falls back. They maintain the crossfire. And exactly, he waited for his teammate. And only then was the kill of One Tap God finally taken by the members of High Ping. So, great stuff so far. And again, they have the control. And they're focusing on every single aspect of the map. Be it mid, or be it one of the strongholds, or even, you know... dead man zones. Members of High Ping are certainly there, and they are showing their presence.
Exactly what to do to bring in the pain and bring in the hurt. And with all the angles already being covered upon, they don't even need to worry about the other side. And look at the level of information. Pulls out the secondary and immediately burns down one of the players. He knows exactly what he needs to do. It's rough. JBGN, they're not even able to find a room or any form of space to breathe. Like, what do you do here? I'm trying to think of a strategy, but they're running around like headless chickens, and I can understand it's a lack of experience, but they've already seen how your opponents are playing. Maybe mimic their playstyle, play together as a squad, communicate which sides you really want to go in for, because these solo fights are not what's going to get you any of these kills.
Yet again, Eliminator. Double kill right there. And the members of GBG, like you said, they're spread out. And I'm not really sure what would be happening over, you know, the voice call that they're in. Like, what sort of comms are being given. Because in a dynamic game like Halo, you can't really say, oh, he's here, he's there. Players are going to keep on moving. So you need to function your own plan. You need to, well, essentially make... some sort of plan, like you just mentioned, which a failure to do so will certainly lead to the members of JBG and just dying by the wayside. All of their deaths have been in double digits. In terms of the strongholds, High Ping still have the advantage, and they're not letting through. Like, the defensive High Ping isn't letting through any of the JBGN members. We just saw that entire line of defense being built there. That's purely for defense. Someone like Terminator holding down B from all sorts of angles alongside his teammate. They're throwing the nades, they're using the battle rifle, and guess what? They are getting the kills as well.
Battle rifle being the most signature. It just steals so much damage at such a good basis. If you have the aim to hit those shots, just like this. What do you do? With the Bulldog and a punch in the face to get that kill. Ooh, nearly one more player. Here comes the kill assist. Just look at that. One player is low and there's someone already present to go in for the refrag. And 3 points have already been captured. The points are being gained at a rapid pace. A couple of more and it's already done and dusted. 7, 8, 9. It's done.
Start. Map 2 also goes in the way of high ping, and GBGN, they now have their backs up against the wall. They are back at their spawn point and they need to progress further if they want to have a shot of going into the finals and trying to take a bit out of the prize pool of 50,000 rupees, because with how it stands right now, there isn't a lot stopping the members of High Ping from reaching the grand finals. They have a pretty easy journey considering the next game mode we have is Oddball as well. A different map may lead to a better chance for GBGN, but I don't think it's about the map. I think it's about the players that are in the map.
That is for certain, especially after this one. I don't know, it just feels as though the communication is just on there, and communication is one of the primary reasons why they're being torn apart. I am already noticing that JBGN, they're hitting their shots, but that's the thing. The Halo is such a high time to kill game that solo 1v1 engagements take about 5 to 6 seconds to complete. And as we head on over towards the match highlights, you're going to be able to notice that yourself. A lot of these fights, both of the players are really low on HP. But at the end of the day, who is the one who wins? Look at this. This is the textbook play for Crossfires. This is one of the main reasons why this even worked out for them. One player is low, but another player is already holding from another Crossfire angle from the side of High Ping. That's one of the main reasons why they were able to win any of this. Like, I can't stress this enough. This is just fundamentals. This is not even a strategic diff or anything. Just fundamentals coming into play for the side of High Ping. They knew how to work the map around with their team, while JBGN, they were trying to take as many 1v1 engagements as they could. And even though they are incredible when it comes down to their raw mechanical skills, there's nothing to doubt about that. But raw mechanical skill is not the name of the game when you're going to play a game like Halo.
Absolutely not. The members of GBGN, they've got to make sure they have something other than just mindlessly running around to help and to aid their team. Because with how it stands right now, regardless of the game mode, the plan for GBGN has been the same. Find opponent, shoot opponent. They don't think of anything else, and because of that, High Ping, because all the extravaganzas there, again, not even like extra factors, just like you mentioned, simple fundamentals that they're following and simple theories, because of which that can be applied to so many FPS titles, because of which it's helping the members of High Ping. They've already won Strongholds, they've won Slayer as well, and now moving on to Oddball. The question is, okay, yeah, when you're in the Oddball, the person who has the ball, he's severely weakened, he can drop the ball and then fire back. But yes, it does allow some the members of JBGN, if we take the hypothetical that, okay, someone from High Ping has the ball, he is on point generation, he can't fire back. Can GBGN find a way to gang up on that one person or to gang up on someone? Because not only is that going to overwhelm your opponent, like whoever the one person is, but like you just mentioned, that allows the members of GBGN to go for the focus fire, to focus on trades, because otherwise High Ping, they're going to execute the same strategy and it's going to work flawlessly just like it did in the previous two maps, and there's nothing GBGN can do about that.
On an Oddball, it's going to be a little bit more different because now you're focusing around one singular player and trying to keep them safe in comparison to just, playing for the 2v1 or 2v2 engagements. And we don't really know exactly how Oddball is going to be playing out. We haven't really seen these professionals play
Exactly.
this matchup. Maybe JBGN, this is their best game mode possible, and they have a strategy to go up against the juggernauts that are High Ping. But at the same time, High Ping, they know they're going to expect this. Oddball's a very common game mode to be played on the games of Halo, so it looks a little bit dicey here, man. I think this could just be a 3-0.
It could be. And so far, it just means that, yeah, our streak of one-sided games will keep on continuing in the upper stages of the bracket. Yesterday, 2-0, 2-0, 256 and 0, 53s, things like those. And now we're moving on as well in, I'd say, pretty one-sided affairs. However, Oddball does provide this slight opportunity for JBGM. It's a very thin margin, and the margin is it's basically non-existent. GBGN need to create something on their own, because if they don't change anything, the result isn't going to change as well. And finally, now that we have moved from the streets and we have gone to the map of live fire, I can thankfully and I can really gladly watch the like power weapon of the sniper in play as well, because it's one of my I think it is my favorite. I just love it, and the fact that all 8 of these players, well, at least one of them will have a chance to equip it is really good.
I really want to know if you can hit shots with it, LCCV. That would be the real question.
You no personal attacks, please. I really don't want those on stream.
God damn it. See, I touched a nerve. That means you can't hit shots with it. But hey, professionals here can, so
yes.
we're gonna be witnessing that be on their cards. And yep, already the oddball's gonna be coming in. That skull's right in the hands of one of the players. They're getting all the points that they can. 7 points for their side. One by one, they're getting the kills. The alien weapon comes out as well, blasting 2 players down. He does get traded at the very end, but these trades are pretty costly because still we see Cobra being on the lead. High ping, they're going in for the plays, they're going in for the fights, and there's absolutely nothing that can solve.
Right now the thing is, I mean, GBGN, they can take this one round as even a bit of like I don't know, just to get to know how your opponents are playing, because you need 2 rounds in total to win oddball, to win the entire map. And right now high ping, they are in good shot and they are in good scope of winning the first one, but then GBGN can fire back. With how it stands right now, GBGN aren't really firing a lot, rather they are receiving a lot of this heavy fire from the rifles, from the snipers, and anything under the sun basically. Again, the sniper goes through. Beautiful kill assist right there. GBGN, with how it stands, they are in no way close to where the ball is. High ping still have it under their control, and they are racking up those points.
Look at the level of map control as well, and how the ball is just playing around in the back. That skull is just chilling on the sidelines, and there is no way anyone's going to be able to come even close to them. That's what's causing the problems here. Throwing down all the grenades, they're just completely holding down the opposition before they can even get any closer. Overshield comes in as well from the side of Cerberus to maybe switch everything out here. Does spot a couple of the players. That is dangerous, Cerberus, the fight that you're taking. But he's going to take it because his teammates are already here. And now with his buddies, they're going to be going in for a push. Goes in for a reload. Cerberus, you need to be careful. But the backup's already here. And the cavalry's going to be the thing that shuts everything down.
My god. 3 members died for the side of GBGN. And I believe there was only a single casualty for the side of High Ping. And the way in which they're moving as a group, as a unit, the attacking force, the offense is really extremely potent from the side of High Ping. And plus, you've got Soul Screech with the ball as well. And with the moment being, he's gonna keep control of it.
A perfect name for a perfect thing. The guy with the Soul Screech name is holding the ball.
I don't get the reference, but...
Soul Screech holding a skull.
Oh! I was thinking more like Screech, like a deech. Never mind. Alright. It's fine. What isn't fine is how much of control, the members of High Ping have over the skull, and how consistently they are able to maintain it. I mean, we just saw it being dropped, game start, go for the kills, and then he picked it back up again, passively picking up these points, the members of High Ping, and that's all they're going for. Now, GBGN finally start off their own tally, and they've got good numbers. However, is it good enough? So far, not enough.
Not really in the best of spirits, because currently they're holding it down as best as they possibly can. They're constantly going in for these mashups and fight switches, and you can already see why the overshield is so good. Look at Cerberus. That overshield just made sure no one's gonna be able to touch him for quite a while. He's gonna be able to get that first initial trade, but the backup's already present to make sure the kills are coming in constantly. Repulsor is gonna be beautiful to get that frag off, but still the headshots coming in supreme from the other end. They get the frags and they get the person holding the ball as well. The skull's down on the ground, and it's once again turned on the side of JBG and maybe going for a positive comeback here. First round is still pretty much not over. Oddball's still pretty much in fashion. And now JBGN, now that they felt out the mode, they're starting to maybe make a difference, but just as I said that, it's already done.
Yeah. 2 more minutes remain. Hyping are really close to victory right now. JBG, and they practically need all 2 minutes of the control for the ball right there. Otherwise, I really don't think that a lot will happen. And yet again, as we see Master just go into the crosshairs of the members of Hyping. And even in these 1v1 duels, the thruster really working out for Terminator. He's gonna engage in another gunfight. Is it gonna work for him? It will! It will!
Oh, that guy's movement! He just read him like a book!
Jeez, and that's another kill. Can he get another? There's no way Terminator can do this. Okay, he finally succumbs to bullets and gunfire, but the way he played, he was like the real deal.
I gotta say, that guy is an absolute menace the way that he was moving this one around. But then again, hey, it's Terminator. So you have to be careful about this guy. One more, throws out a frag on one side, gets another pop off. Here comes the ball bearer. He's gonna be able to find that kill. Last couple of points. 98, 99, and 100. First round goes towards the favorable side.
Alright, so decent enough kills from the members of GBGN, and they had good opportunities as well for a fair bit. They had those, I'd say, they had the control of the ball as well. But was it enough? It could be better. It could be better. For the first time in Oddball, sure, it's good. But now this literally means, Gracep, that GBGN, not only do they need to win 2 rounds of Oddball consecutively, but after that 2 different game modes consecutively on 2 different maps. For the first time, we may see Bazaar as well, something which I really want. With all that being said and done, it's still a long journey for the side of GBGN, and this can be GN for them if they aren't really sure what to do in round 2 of Oddball.
It's gonna be a rough one, but at the same time, let's give them credit where credit is due. They're trying to switch everything out. They're trying to bring in something a little bit better. And just as soon as we end up the first initial roundup, now we're gonna be jumping straight up into the second without currently, it's not looking that good for them, and already the ball has been taken by GBGN. They're going in for a pretty close fight, but then again, this is just the early stages of the roundup. Nothing has really changed, and looking at the way that they're holding down onto the ball, they're constantly cycling it through one by one, and through cycling, they can easily just move themselves around the map just by throwing the ball on one side to the other. You constantly keep your opponents guessing of where exactly you're trying to hold the ball and where exactly the teammates are being positioned to try and protect it. Just look at that, one person already on the flank, and Soulstreech spots out 2 players and he knows he needs to back out, but he's also giving call outs to his buddies that I need your help. There's 2 people pushing from the top side of mid.
He may die, but the information he provides is invaluable and worth more than any life. As now, the major locations of so many JBGN members is known, and now Eliminator, he drops the ball in safe land, engages in gunfights. Can he take a kill? He will. He has to tackle another person. He may be able to do that again. Reads him like a book, like we've been saying. And now his teammate comes to retrieve the ball, allowing Eliminator to stay on the offense. Or well, rather should I say, the defense yet again. This is quicker than the first round. Hyping are now like not even afraid of keeping the ball for longer periods of time. They aren't switching. They're just staying passively.
They're racking up these points, dude. They're already at 64.
Their rotations are immaculate, the way they're traversing through the entire map. It just shows they have sheer control, and they have designated 2 members to be on the offense, 2 to be on the defense, and that one final person who doesn't have the ball, who's on defense, he's gonna be the final line of defense. Only then will JBGN get their hands on the ball, which is extremely difficult ever since they've given up on that scout.
Yeah, but finally the kills are coming in for their side. How long will these kills even matter? Of course, the aim finally coming into play. Master is going to be able to shut down 2 more players, but for how long? That is the real question. Ball has been taken from the side, but ooh, that was a sniper shot, wasn't it? Straight to the head, and then he switched over to the Bulldog. Sorry, not the Bulldog, the battle rifle.
Well, yet again, just the individual performances. Then you have the synchronization.
1 person killed 3 people.
Great shot with the sniper. Now he gets the alien weapon as well. He's ready for those shots. And once more, the members of JBGN, what exactly are they trying? That was just game start pushing into the territory of the enemies all alone, no support, no backup whatsoever, and it resulted in him costing his life. So once more, Hyping have entire control. They're going for the kills as well, and they're just looking for kills. Is this oddball? Is this Slayer? I'm not really sure. What I do know, and what I am for sure is the fact that Hyping are winning. They've already won the previous 2 game modes, and they seem to be on the way to take out this entire grand finals for their side. This may just be it. As a matter of fact, it will be. Hyping are your first finalists for the Halo Infinite Community Cup.
Bit of a one-sided performance, I would say, but at
A
the
little
same
bit.
time, let's just chalk it up to the fact that hey, I think they just have a lot more experience, and you can see that from
Yeah,
the way that they were moving around the map as well.
true,
Read
true.
like an open book, multiple different occasions. There's nothing more to say about it. Hyping were just a better team. They were able to take it all away, even though the aim game was there from JBG, and it's not what's going to get you through a lot of these sticky situations. Problems will start to arise. Your team's just going to get better over time, and I'm really hoping that JBG and they don't take this one to heart, because I can see the makings of a really good team, but at the same time, they need to put in a lot more hours. I've seen this in multiple different other Halo titles as well when we consider the past ones. Even if you're like around 40, if you play Halo a lot, and if you've been playing Halo for almost 20 years of your life, even if you're 18 years old and you recently started playing Halo professionally, that 40-year-old is gonna absolutely whoop you. Because Halo is a game where experience comes into play a lot more than your raw mechanical skill. And as we jump on down
Mhm.
over towards the match highlights, that is on center front here as well.
Yeah, it's like the major theme of this entire best of 5 is just going to be experience, outweighing any other factor that would be considered if you're playing an FPS title, raw mechanical skill, or like team coordination. I mean, team coordination is necessary, but the thing is, yes, the members of JBG and they have a lot of coordination in other titles, in other games. However, in Halo, not really present, or even if it is, it's certainly not to the level of the members of Hyping. And then of course Hyping, it's not like they were any behind, as rather on the contrary, they were quite in front in terms of their mechanical skill and their shots as well, be it the sniper, be it anything, the battle rifle as well. Obviously, I mean, that's the kills we have most seen, or even those melee thrusts and nades. Every single bit of weaponry, every single thing that makes up an armory helped the side of Hyping. JBGN did rack up kills. That was the one thing. Unlike, yesterday's quarterfinals where one team just wasn't getting any kills. JBGN did get a solid number of them. But in a game mode like Oddball, for which we are seeing the highlights right now, did it really matter? Not that much.
Yeah, it is difficult at the end of the day to try and bring something back like this, but it's all right. You can do a lot better. You can maybe just switch things around and take it down a couple of notches and take it that extra little bit over towards that second line. But for now, at least, it just wasn't the game that we expected from them. You can already see
True,
Eliminator
true.
and then Terminator just being the ones to take out 1 versus 4 situations like it was absolutely nothing. It was child's play for them. And that's one of the main reasons why they were able to take this entire set on a complete 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, the performances, it was really
Just look at
all
this
round.
play, man.
Oh,
Beautiful.
this was amazing. This was amazing. The nade, the kills, like, it was a pure 1v2. And it was a clutch. It really was. It helped his team so much because the ball was with one of his teammates right next to him. Had he died, maybe there was a chance the ball could have gone in the hands of JBG. And however, he by himself prevented that using his own trickery, using his mastery. And then it certainly led to, well, the inevitable of Hyping winning. But with how it stands right now, overall, excellent performance from the members of Hyping. I'm really looking forward to seeing them in the grand finals. I want to see what happens in our second semi-final, which we will be seeing in a bit. But with how it stands, I think Hyping are certainly the favorites to take this entire tournament for themselves, literally by seeing how this entire best of 5 has gone. 3-0, 3 different game modes, 2 different maps, 1 common result, and 1 winner.
Just got to see exactly how they're going to be playing off against the other squad that are going to be at the bottom
Mhm.
side of this. Because honestly speaking, I'm very much excited to see how TRKDH and Friendinals are going to be playing. TRKDH yesterday, we're going up against Apex Bots. I won't say it was a one-sided affair. Apex Bots did pretty good
Far
to try and
closer.
contest their opposition, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it just didn't really pan out the way that we wanted. So let's see how Friendinals are going to be playing, because both of these squads we have no info about other than TRKDH. So we just could be in for a treat. We could be going all 5 maps. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be with us for the ride for the entire thing. And CCV, I'm excited for this because
I
the
am,
first
yes.
ever Halo tournament is not
Sure, we are going to see, something like 5 we may see the decider, but again, we are getting ahead of ourselves. Their semi-finals are still here. We have semi-finals number 2, TRKDH up against Friendinals, which again it's a bit tricky to pronounce. They usually the wrong way. However, with how the match 1 has gone, I want to see a difference. First of all, I want to see different maps. You are like annoyed with strongholds on streets. I'm annoyed with streets, and I get it. Yes, for certain game modes there isn't a big map pool, but please, can we see Bazaar? Please, can we see Aquarius? It's not just pick it. Just pick it. I've had this problem. So many esports titles, same map. But hey, it's a classic, and so many of these maps are classics of Halo as well, not just of Halo Infinite, but all the Halos that have been going way back in time as well. And if you, the viewer, have enjoyed either watching Halo Infinite or have been enjoying some of the previous Halo titles as well, guess what? You're in luck. You can grab any of them as soon as you get Xbox Game Pass alongside hundreds, and I mean hundreds of different games in different genres. And absolutely, for the best experience of the Xbox Game Pass, make sure to get it on a laptop which is powered with an AMD Ryzen 5000 processor. And we here at the Esports Club are waiting for the second matchup and to provide the best viewing experience for that as well. And for that, for us to ready up match number 2, best of 5 number 2 of the day, we'll be taking a quick break. So stay watching and we'll be right back.
You're always on your game during work time. Now, take the work out of game time. And creating your best edit requires time to make the right cuts. So, we help cut render times. Get the processing power to do it all. Join the gamers and creators who know the pure speed of AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen.
1,000 words ain't enough to define the body of, yeah. Caught her look and she wants it back. She's firing up that body up, yeah, babe. You think that I want you, but not, babe. You're one in a million, but it's not for me. I'm not into girls with a plastic trace. Don't take it too personally, yeah. My fault, my bad. The words out, but you aren't ready for it. Show off, appearance of I got this, but I got. Gotta be hard on me now to know the truth. A bit confused, but there's a bunch of us out in the world who's just like me, not into you. Say, you think you could deal, you know nothing, babe. I want something real, not the custom made. I'll buy you a drink, keep you company. I'm sorry, that's all it will be. My fault, my bad. The words out, but you weren't ready for it. But I 1,000 words ain't enough to define the body of, yeah. Got a look and she wants it bad. She's firing up that body up, yeah, babe. You think that I want you, but nah, babe. You're one in a million, but it's not for me. I'm not into girls with a plastic trace. Don't take it too personally, yeah. My fault, my bad. The word's out, but you aren't ready for it. Show off, appearance of I got it, but I got.
You're always on your game during work time. Now, take the work out of game time. And creating your best edit requires time to make the right cuts. So, we help cut render times. Get the processing power to do it all. Join the gamers and creators who know the pure speed of AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Presents the Streamer Quest Community Cup for Halo Infinite with Windows 11 and Xbox Game Pass. Your boy Aggressive is back with his main man CCB, and after a pretty, let's say, one-dimensional affair, not one-sided affair, it was the side of Hyping just being able to take it all away against the side of JBGN. And not really the most surprising of things, considering how beautifully Hyping were playing because of their raw mechanical skill and also their experience coming into play being tenfold better than JBGN. You're not really going to be surprised. But in this matchup, considering the hype revolving in the community around how both of these teams are playing it out and how they have like a fellowship, how they have a fellowship of fans just following them throughout on a regular basis, I'm really excited to see how both of them are going to be playing and what they can be bringing on down to the table. Let's head on down over towards the brackets to see exactly what we're going to be going up against and what we're going to be expecting from both of these squads.
You know, taking a look at the brackets as well, especially the second semi-final. I mean, we have seen TRKDH, we have not seen Frentinels, but like you said, there is buzz around the town. Now, my main question with semi-final number 2 is, what does TRKDH stand for? I mean, I am still on the same boat. Is it take rest, something Halo 117? I'm not really sure. Take rest, kill death, Halo. Okay, so it's kill death Halo 117. TR. Now I just have to figure that much out. Okay, I've made it a bit more simplistic for me, but still, all right. Enough of that. As for the roster as well, they had a great performance. They had to overcome some obstacles. Unlike the teams who were in the upper section of the quarterfinals, I mean, Hyping really coursing through the entire bracket right now. Yesterday, even JBGN against Gold Diggers, it really wasn't much of a competition. They absolutely clean sweep them. That wasn't the case for TRK. Against Apex Bots were putting up a decent, strong fight, especially towards especially on strongholds. There were so many instances where Apex Bots were looking to make a comeback. It was only in Slayer where TRKDH just showed their dominance and they started winning and winning and winning because of the kills they were getting. But now, against Frentinels, a roster which we haven't seen so far in a broadcasted environment due to the fact that they got a forfeit victory yesterday against Dead Beats, I want to see how this match pans out and what exactly will be shaping up into the grand finals, because the members of Hyping, all they have to do is sit back, relax after their previous match and watch this game to in order to get a better understanding of which maps do these teams prefer for specific game modes and what exactly is their play style, and are there any specific strategies that they use.
Really got to see how all of this is going to play on down through. But
Hmm.
for now, let's just give Frentinels the benefit of the doubt. They're probably the better team. They're probably going to be the ones to take this on their own margin. But I am really expecting four map series with a 3-1 going to either of these teams. That's my expectation at the bare minimum because of the buzz the community's been trying to create over these two rosters. So you never really know. The teams are going to get prepped up and ready, but at the same time, while they are getting ready, why not head on down over towards the map screen and see exactly where we're going to be headed for each of these pickups? Because CCV, in my eyes, I believe that the maps are going to be playing a massive part on
True.
any of the different tactics and strategies that TRKDH could be going in for. Previously, they are a team that preferred a live fire, if I remember correctly, over anything else. Or am I thinking of another team?
No, that was them. Yeah,
Yeah,
triple
yeah.
live fire, I presume. Yep.
So live fire being one of the map pickups, maybe it got banned out, but at the same time, a lot of teams just love that map in particular in comparison to any other. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna give them that opportunity to say that's gonna be their pickup. But hey, you got your wish, CCV. We have Aquarius.
Aquarius. Nice.
I
All
have no
right.
idea about this map, by the way.
Doesn't matter. The teams need to. That's all that matters. Slay on Equity. So at the very least, we'll be seeing this map once. Bit sudden, we aren't going to see Bazaar, but hey, we have the grand finals for that. Who knows what will happen? However, starting off, strongholds on recharge, you should really be excited for this. I believe yesterday as well, we saw one strongholds take place on recharge, or am I thinking of Slayer? Regardless of what it was, one of these rosters,
It was a
they have got to be experienced with it. So keeping in mind recharge, it's going to be very interesting seeing that. Then obviously we have the new map, and finally, at the bare minimum, at the very least, we'll be witnessing Oddball back on live fire. And keeping that in mind, okay, so far we've been seeing Oddball a lot there. That may be a pattern we'll witness tomorrow as well. But apart from all three that we will be seeing, we may see a Slayer on streets. And if we do go to a decider map, a Slayer on the map of streets is exactly the way I'd like to end the day. There would be nothing, that would be nothing short of pure bliss after these teams would be battling it out on different game modes in 4 different maps. However, for now, let's talk about the start. For now, let's talk about strongholds and what exactly are the strategies these teams will be thinking of. And there's only one way to answer. We've not seen these teams enough. They know their own strategies, so we can see what they'll be doing as we jump into the game.
Straight into the matchup, recharge being the first initial one, and it
Uh-huh.
is going to be the game of Stronghold. Honestly speaking, Stronghold is one of the few game modes that really does test your skill as individuals and also as a team. So let's see how they're going to be playing it all down. Frentinels, not really any form of kills being gained just yet, but okay, Frentinels, they're going to be running around all over the place. The energy sword's going to be picked up by one, but JRKDH? What's going on? No communication whatsoever. They're just running around like headless chickens trying to run away from one side, and one player took down 2? And no retaliation against them whatsoever. That's gonna be 3 points already being taken at Frentinels. They're leading the charge.
Alright, see Stronghold complete being taken over by TRKDH, and now they have control. However, quickly they have been decimated, and Frentinels are taking control back of that area, and once more they have total map control. Even the engagements they're going for, they've got the trades, they've got the assists, they've got everything on lockdown. Not to mention
that I've seen in a while.
some of the power-ups being in their favor as well. Again, especially on Oddball, one tidbit that so many people use that grappling hook. However, now it's going to be turned on the energy sword for one of the members. He'll be on it, and he'll make sure to deal out and dash out a lot of the energy to his opposition. As the members of Frentinels, they're still scavenging around the map. They've lost a bit of control. It's going to be TRKDH gaining the points back, trying to neutralize the score. But now the pressure is going to be applied. And how well can Geoduck9 defend alongside his teammates on the side of B?
Defending it pretty well, because you can already see a couple of the kills coming in, and finally TRKDH, they're now back on towards the driver's seat. They have the 2 points in their arsenal. They're holding it down as best as they possibly can. A couple of more shots to find the skill. Not going to be able to get it though. Survives with the skin of his teeth. That's going to be a little bit, but not for too long, because Zeb Gaming from the side is going to be the one to shank one of the players straight in the back. Trying to get in close. He wants to go in for the skill, but it's not going to happen. Not just today. And that's going to be a rough one. That's going to be a double for him with a repeater in his hand.
Alright, so C still under the control of TRKDH. The energy swords there for alarming deer. And Frentinels, what exactly is their plan now? Because they are about to give up the lead. They still have overall domination. Like, they have A and B under their control, which seems to be their strategy. And the strategy, I believe, of high ping as well. The last time we saw them playing, strongholds, is that they're willing to give up A and B regardless of the map. But they're willing to give up C. However, because they have overall map control, because they have the majority, their opponents aren't going to be getting any points, and then they can start piling on the pressure, getting more kills, using your power weapons, using the alien weapons as well. And because of that very reason, the members of Frentinels can occupy so much of the map and can go for these trades just like they are right now.
It's gonna start piling up and building up their pressure, and one by one they're gonna be able to figure it all out as well. Shots are gonna be clean though from both ends, so gonna give them that slight little bit of an edge. Throwing out the grenade from one sideline though. Ooh, the shots were clean. That's gonna be another kill right there as well. One by one they're finding it, but then again, look at the level of control that TRKDH now have. they're playing it slow and they're playing it smart. And this is probably the first ever game of competitive that we have seen be this breakneck. But look at the sneaky players from Frentinels. They're gonna take the B and the A side at the same time. All of the members of TRKDH, they now need to make a choice. Which one do they want to give up?
B being contested. Can Frentinels take it? Yes, they can. Again, point generation on the move. And as HS invent with the grappling hook, with the energy sword, he's gonna be moving all around the map. He's got the active camo as well as one of the members just completely tossed off by the nade. Unfortunate for him, the energy sword also falls down into the hands of Geoduck30, one of the star players from TRKDH yesterday. And now today as well, he's looking to make an impact. And so are all the members of the team in purple, but at the same time, Frentinels, they are leading the charge. How long can they keep on, having those points generated? Because very soon they will take majority. They are looking to take B control. They will, and they are back up in the running. There goes the energy sword. Great kill onto Arbiter. However, it's met with a quick trade. And TRKDH, they are trying. They are all over the map because they have so many places to contest. Because they have to be on the attacking foot due to the fact that they have the lower amount of points. And due to the fact that slowly but surely,
Oh, that movement was so good!
Are closing it down.
That was a beautiful movement. Sliding straight into their DMs and just absolutely shanking them from the down bottom. That's gonna be the kills that they need, but then again, they need to be a lot more consistent. Frentinels, they're getting pushed back pretty massively. It is 128 points to 76, and the point margin is getting closer and closer between both of these squads. Ham's also up in the running. They need to try and figure this out as much as they possibly can here. Because currently, things are not looking that good for them. The C-side's now being captured once more from the side of Cobra. But then again, you just captured one. You need to get the A side as well. If you don't, it's gonna be deadly for you. And Frentinels, they're finally now back in control.
This is so much more dynamic from both of the rosters. They're contesting so many more of these bomb sets, and it's a constant rotation. A is taken by TRKDH, B is taken by Frentinels, but before you know it, in the blink of an eye, it has been swapped. It's not really like the previous game modes of, strongholds that we have seen on any map where one team will have one specific site under their control for a major period, the other will have another, and then they'll be fighting for a single one. No. Here, it's all dynamic. Everyone's moving. Everything keeps on rotating and changing, and it's not really obvious which way the pendulum's gonna swing with how it stands right now. It's gonna swing in favor of Frentinels. Not for long. Yet again, A control is gonna be taken by TRKDH.
It feels as though you take one of these side points and then immediately there's another one that you need to worry about. It's impossible to get a proper lead going yet, but Frentinels, they're still being a lot more of the consistent squad, shutting down any form of an advantage that could be coming on down through. Shots have been missed! Missing those shots are gonna cost them. Immediately, that's gonna be the first initial pickup. That's gonna be a double, actually. Okay. TRKDH, they've been completely wiped out, and this is gonna give Frentinels an opportunity to get the A side back for themselves. And with the A flag now being captured, sorry, not the flag, the A point being captured, it's gonna add to the pressure.
It certainly will add to the pressure right now in TRKDH. Oh, well, they are looking for those points. They have managed to close off a bit of the points. Well, they are in triple digits right now. But yeah, like you just said, they are getting picked off.
Way too segmented from all the members of TRKDH. You need to come in together as a roster if you want to try and find something. A-side's going to be on the full-on capture. They're going to be going in for a push. It has been picked up and over, but then again, Frentinels, they're going to give that one up. They don't really care much. Their point margin is still massive. Finally, 2 points have been captured because of the wipe coming in from Frentinels, because of them being overly aggressive to try and take back that A-side. And with them just falling apart like this, but still, it's 191 points to 113. They have the capture points, but for how long? Because Frentinels are so close to getting it all back.
Once again, they have gained back A control, and now TRKDH, they have to go on the killing spree. They've eliminated 2 of the members, looking for the 3rd. Nah, it's gonna be another trade taking place in Frentinels. They keep the manpower. relatively equal, but more so they keep significant amount of map control. They are on their way to get 200 points. B is heavily being contested right now. Yes, the members of PRKDH are there on C. However, in doing so, they give away the majority to their opposition. And if there's anything we know on strongholds, is that you need the majority right now, especially if you're down in points, because your opponents racking them up, even if it's in a slower pace, still means that's the tally going away from you further and further, and it's gonna get more difficult to catch up now more than ever, with Frentinels looking for entire domination, looking to get C control. But once more, TRKDH are not giving up. They are defending the C base. Is this gonna be a kill for... Oh, no, it will be a kill for Frentinels. Yeah.
That was smart, the way that he was playing around that one singular pillar, waited for his opponents to make a first initial move to push straight in, and then going for the retaliation on his own accord. Look at that deaths racking up in comparison to the kills. None of these players have a positive KDA ratio, but do they even care? Oh, hell no, because the points are still going in their favor. And ladies and gentlemen, Frentinels, they're going in for the full-on control, but a fisticuff punch to the face from the other end from one of the members is one keeps them alive. TRKDH, they need to find something here, right here and right now. Play together as a team. They need to go in for it as a roster, but still, the time is going away. It's ticking on down. It's 230 points, 20 more to go. And TRKDH, they're nowhere near any of the other sidelines.
They aren't. And that's the problem. They have too big of a margin, and they're too spread out. Like I said, there's too big of a distance in between their members as well. So they can go for competent trades or something along the lines of that. All Frentinels need to do is stick together and just get another side control. They will be successful at the moment, partially in defending C. They're looking for those trades. They have majority right now. That's all they require. They're ever so close to achieving that goal. They may just in a matter of seconds, and there's nothing TKRDH can do to stop that. For now, Frentinels are looking really, really strong. Sides being contested. This is the final push for TRKDH. Otherwise, oh, yeah, that is it. Strongholds is going to be victory for Frentinels. They will be taking the first map in this BO5.
Really competitive set, you have to say. Both of the teams, they were playing in a very consistent basis, but at the very end, consistency is not the thing that wins you out on these engagements, does it?
True.
At the end of the day, it really did come down to one of the teams having a lot more structure in comparison to the other. It was not the mechanical skill. It was not the terms of them taking on trades, but it was a lot more about the structural engagements. For example, we saw Frentinels play together as a squad and only hold 2 points, not really going for the third. And they only went for the third once throughout this entire set, entire series, entire map. What am I saying even? My mind is just blown by Frentinels and their gameplay. Let's head on over towards the match highlights so that we can get a visual representation of all of it. So you can make a sense out of my gibberish right now. Because it's been a while since I properly saw a game that was this close and this competitive. And you could say that, oh, Frentinels were able to win on a massive landslide margin, but that's not true. Because TRKDH, it took them a while to figure out what they were doing wrong. And that's what I meant by structure. Frentinels knew what they were doing wrong, and they immediately adapted. And CCB always tells us this over and over again, that Halo is a dynamic game. And if you're not able to adapt on the fly, it's just not going to be helping you out in any way, shape, or form.
Certainly so. Yeah, early on it was close, but that was just because of the reason that both of the teams were feeling each other out. They were just trying to know, and because the point tally really was starting at 0-0. But after that, once the ball started rolling, once the points started getting racked up and up for both of the rosters, did we see, like you mentioned, the structure getting more secure into the place, getting cemented into the brains of not just the players but their oppositions, as well as how exactly do they want to play. And TRKDH, they were just a little bit slower, and they had good opportunities in the middle stage of the game towards the 4-minute, 5.5-minute mark. But after that, once Frentinels started building the lead, and as soon as Frentinels reached like 170, 180, and you briefly highlighted, I think it was the 170, 113 point difference. From that point forward, it was a bit of a it was a bit of a downhill streak for TRKDH. They were trying to get up, they were trying to get points. They did manage to get some points, but it wasn't even equal. It was in no way equal to the amount that Frentinels were getting, again because of the majority. And if they lost the control of, say, the B stronghold or C or A, they were quick to regroup, restructure as a unit, and then attack or defend their remaining places and the remaining strongholds. And that inevitably led to them taking the map and taking the game mode itself.
It's just one of these factors that you can't always take into consideration. Frentinels, them not having any form of bots to review, you had no idea what we're getting yourselves into. TRKDAs, they got completely overshadowed and they were swept away by a landslide pretty much. And that's gonna be the case in a lot of different occasions here over and over again. And as you can see, the second map now being Slayer Aquarius. I'm really interested to see how Frentinels are going to be taking these fights and taking these engagements moving on down the line. Because currently, it's not going to be as systematic because it's the team deathmatch mode. So whoever is going to be better when it comes down to their mechanical skill and, of course, their trades is going to be the team that wins it all out here.
Absolutely so. I'm really expecting entertainment, and with this one, I'm not really sure which team can win because yeah, strongholds is quite different. You know, you have to adapt in terms of strategy as well. In this one, you have to adapt with how you are playing, how your players are performing as well, and keeping all of that in mind. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Again, we're gonna waste no time. We are going to be seeing Aquarius, and now we are going to be starting off with the game mode. Slayer Map 2 is in front of us, and Frentinels, they can either keep on building their lead, much like what the members of High Ping were doing back in semi-final 1, or this can be a comeback arc for the side of TRKDH 117.
See how it all plays out though, because currently it's not gonna be the same thing as we would have expected, but let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. TRKDH on towards the back end though. Already, they're not really in the best of spot. One of the players a little bit confused of where they're gonna get pushed from. And I do believe that both of these teams playing on Aquarius, you can see a little hints of confusion on the way that they want to move around the map, and they're gonna get caught out. TRKDH, they're pretty much on the back foot, while Frentinels, they have the entire map under their back. They're playing from the mid, they're playing from the bottom, and they're just completely mowing down all the members of TRKDH, and they're not able to regroup together as a squad to even play 4 trades.
And now we have Arbiter right here with the alien weapon. He's ready to stack off any member. However, can TRKDH do that? I mean, Geodoc 30, he's gotten the 2 kills. However, the deaths are really stacking up. And for their side, Team Eagle, it is getting a bit difficult to get those kills. Because whenever they're witnessing, whenever they're spotting the members of Frentinels, they are meeting their doom very quickly. That's another one for Arbiter. And these 1v1 duels, they're certainly favoring Frentinels right now. I mean, there isn't a lot TRKDH can do. Another gunfight, well, in this case, guess what? Same result. And keeping all of this in mind, the point tally is just going more and more in favor of Frentinels. What can TRKDH do to win this? This is a traditional fair 1v1, and finally we see a kill. But still, it's really not favoring TRKDH. They have 7 points, but they're still lagging behind, and they need to play catch up.
This is gonna be a problematic scenario in general. Pushing it all down though from the back edge, it is gonna be a positional disadvantage. Ah, oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt FPWDI for sure. But in a way, Aquarius, it's one of the more longer sideline maps. In particular, you're gonna have a pretty rough time to get in a proper position. Here comes the sidekick. Damage has been done. He's gonna need to try and get out, but Frentinels, they're not gonna be able to go down that far. Fisticuffs double melee to the face to take down another. Frentinels, 2 players have already been taken down. They're looking for more, but it feels as though the teams are a little bit lost. But still, the trades, they're coming in down through.
They certainly are. Not at the rate that the teams would be hoping for. They were expecting something more fast-paced, like Strongholds, because that allowed so many more trades to happen so quickly. Here, because the players have time, they can get into pretty strong positions already, then engage in gunfights, and then win said gunfights. And this favors both of the rosters, both the KDH and Frentinels. This favors all 8 of the players as well. But again, you have to be more careful with the gunfights you're engaging in. Because with how it stands right now, 8.5 minutes remaining. Frentinels still have the lead. However, it's being closer and closer. It's getting closer and closer by the second. So you have to be careful with how you're playing. You have to be careful with where you currently are contesting and if you have the support of your teammates or not. Because if, like Geodoc9, you go in solo, you will meet your doom. Just like Geodoc30 as well.
A problematic scenario in general, because currently the way that they're moving themselves around the map, it's just building up and becoming an even more difficult situation. That's gonna be another one. Here comes the pushes, here comes the alien weapons, just trying to deal all the damage, but not today, not just yet. They're trying to find the kills, but the way that TRKDH are maneuvering themselves around the map, Frentinels are very much confused. They're stuck in a situation where they're needing to hunt down the opposition, and all of the fights that are being taken are complete 1v1 engagements. If you lose the 1v1, you're just giving away the points.
Absolutely so. There aren't a lot of trades happening. So far in the kill feed, like you said, it's been one person against another. Now the teams have converged into duos. They are looking for things along the line. They are looking for something along the lines of that. But just as we can see on the kill feed, Arbiter gets one onto Zeb Gaming. No trade whatsoever. The other surviving members of TRKDH, they are here near stairs. However, they are being bombarded by shelling from the members of Frentinels, and it leads to another casualty. Now Zeb, he's looking to get his revenge, but once more he meets the same fate, and Arbiter keeps on standing, keeps on surviving, allowing his team to get more kills, and the tally goes up by more points, 33 to 20. It's now 13 kill difference, and TRKDH, they still have a lot more work to do if they want to have a shot of winning Slayer, because now they're only 6.5 minutes remaining.
Started to build up already. One by one. Kill after kill. And just a drop after a drop. Ooh, this is getting much more competitive as more time goes on. 37 to 21. May seem like a massive lead, but at the same time, you gotta consider this is Slayer. Kills could happen at any second, and bodies could just start dropping at the 4K at any time. And as you can already see, it's not looking that good for the side of TRKDH. Their players are dropping like flies. They are just about to respawn, but the death count,
Oh, man.
it's not looking good for them. Frentinels, they're evolving. They are switching out their strategies, and they're learning the map at a rapid pace. But TRKDH, they're not able to do so in the same way.
Oh, HS in when he's got the active camo. What can he do with that? I would like to see something. An excellent plan can just help him. His location is now known. Throws a nade. Arbiter in the meanwhile gets one kill. That's going to be another. Oh my god, everyone from Frentinels just went onto stairs, and those were like 3 kills simultaneously at the cost of not a single person dying, Grayson. Those are big numbers that Frentinels are getting just because they are attacking together as a unit, as a core, like it was like a trio push, and it just helped them. The major thing was, yes, they got the kills, but at no cost whatsoever. No casualties, no one died from their side. Not a single point to TRKDH, and now Frentinels, they have 44 points. 6 more, and map 2 will be theirs for sure.
You can see how the stuff is just switching out to build. A pretty one-sided affair. Initially, I thought this was going to be a lot more competitive, the way that the teams are playing it around. It felt as though they were a little bit more confused about the map, but then again, I spoke a little bit too soon, and immediately Frentinels, they were like, oh, you think we are confused now, man? Hold my beer. And someone needs to hold all of the members of TRKDH because they're getting absolutely demolished here.
Well, I don't know about holding the members, holding beers. What I do know is with how Frentinels are going, I guess they'll be holding the skull for far longer once we move on to Oddball, because this is now turning into quite the dominating affair. And very quickly, well, as a matter of fact, right about now, we'll be seeing Team Cobra take another win, 50 to 25 outnumbering the kills 2-1. It's gonna be none other than Fentanyls winning map number 2.
Was a really interesting show, I would have to say. Aquarius being not one of my favorite maps, especially right after I saw it. It's a massive map. It has a lot of loops, a lot of turns, and a lot of different things that you really need to learn before you can play this. And I'm just gonna chalk it up to say that this was a map disadvantage. KDH, they did not feel comfortable on this map at all.
True.
They did not know which sidelines they needed to go in for. They didn't know how to push themselves back together as a team and regroup in a certain position, and that really did help Frendenals just cause even more chaos through the already
Yeah.
raging minds of TRKDH. It just started compounding over and over again, advantage after advantage, and those small advantages finally was the thing that pushed them off the edge. And heading on down over towards the match highlights, you're going to be able to notice that as well. Initially, this felt like a much more of a close affair, but yeah, not for long. Not for long.
Well, if there's one thing the members of TRKDH were able to provide, irrespective of the result, was entertainment. Especially towards the start of both Strongholds and, Slayer as well on the different maps. TRKDH have been going off on a strong foot, and we really have been under the impression that it's going to be a nail-biting affair. Towards the end, Frentinels and all of, well, I would say the friends of in Frentinels, they just go all-out domination. And if you, the viewer as well, alongside your friends, you want to experience this kind of domination, you want to be the team winning, racking up kills in Halo Infinite, alongside hundreds of other games that you can play for fun or competitively, make sure you get Xbox Game Pass, allowing you an entire big library of different genres of games. And for the best experience, make sure to get it on a laptop which has an AMD Ryzen 5000 processor for the optimal gaming experience, as this was the optimal viewing experience of Aquarius. Yes, Aquarius, if you don't really like the map, hey, I enjoyed watching the teams play on it, especially right here towards stairs. This was a very contested area, and every single time we saw the members of TRKDH, like, this was their safe haven. Until Frentinels figured it out and they started attacking right there. Every single time there was a backup made from the members of the TRKDH, guess what? Frentinels were present on stairs, bombarding with nades, bombarding with firepower, and it ended up getting like multi-kills so many times.
We're going to be heading into live fire. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I do not know how this is going to play out. Oddball, it's best played on this map primarily because of the amount of different strategies you can employ. TRKDH, they are much more of a team that is favored on live fire because we have seen them just be an absolute dominant force. But it's just building up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue how they're going to try and win this because Frentinels currently are just the better squad.
I would say that TRKDH have a better repo on the map of live fire. Maybe that can help them, but then again, it's not just been the map. For Aquarius, sure, yes, the map was a big differentiating factor as to how exactly the members of Frentinels, especially later down the road, they were able to win. But for live fire, it should be a lot more neutral. It's gonna come down to the strategies, your escape routes with the ball, without the skull as well. Who exactly will have the responsibility of carrying it? I know Halo, very versatile. Anyone can grab the ball. It just depends on who is in the optimal location, who's there, who can rack up the points. But at the same time, you need to have, even if it's a loose structure, something in place in order to guide your teammates, to give them a responsibility, to give them a job as to what exactly needs to be done.
Down over to the third map, possibly the final one as well, considering how the series have been going on down through. Frentinels, they are the home favorites and they are the ones who could just be able to take it all away. But TRKDH, I do believe this is their opportunity to go in for that final standing, to put their foot down and be like, hey, we're here to stay and we're not going to be going anywhere until we are able to take down our oppositions. But for now, at the bare minimum, here's CCV.
Yeah.
I am hoping to see a little bit more of a close fight, especially for Oddball, because on Oddball, you're not fighting a 4 versus 4 engagement anymore. Normally, you are
Exactly.
fighting a 3 versus 4, where you have a slight man advantage if your opponents are caught off guard. And that slight advantage is what we are really hoping that would give the side of TRKDH an opportunity to come out on top. There's two chances two chances for you to try and bring this one back, because you have to remember oddball is based upon points, so whoever gets 2 points first will be the one to win.
And it's about the 2 rounds as well. Maybe we may see, like we were talking about JBGN in the previous semi-finalists, that in this case, though, it's highly more likely that the members can use the first round to essentially get a feel for their opponents, how they're playing on that very specific game mode on the map of live fire with oddball, and then prepare a counter strat in the little time that they'll have in between the rounds as well, the little bit of break that they'll be given. But keeping that in mind, it's still going to be very much on the go adaptations that have to be made. It's going to be a lot of improvisation. So the team, we've been talking this through and through, we've mentioned it hundreds of times, the team that will have the better adaptation, whether it be their IGLs or the entire roster coming up with new plans, they will, and I mean this, they will have more success. There's no denying that fact. It's not an opinion. It's just a fact with how we have seen these teams, not just here in, the Halo Infinite Community Cup, but all over in all parts of the world with Halo Infinite. That's just been the case, plain and simple.
That's for certain. Because for now, at least, these competitive players, they've got a taste of what competitive Halo really feels like. The competition, the rush, the adrenaline. And we back at home as spectators can also put all the things that these players are putting up on our screens into our own games as well. Because to see the talent of our entire region as a whole, to
Right.
be put on the spotlight like this, to give them an opportunity to showcase why they're one of the best in our entire country. We're really hoping this will encourage them to strive even more, get even better, possibly help us host an entire massive series for the side of Halo by itself. And hey,
Who
if that
knows?
happens, I'm gonna be all in for it.
And you wouldn't like to see, stronghold streets. You'll probably make a rule like, no, not that. Anything but that.
Hey, I have PTSD from playing strongholds on street. Because
Right.
the amount, like I got it 4 times in a row. I got it 4 times in a row, and I've lost it 3 times, and in the most dominating fashion. They were at 200 points, and we were barely at 10. That's how
So,
bad it.
so far in the AMD Streamer Quest, you've had PTSD from the haunted map in Golf with Friends. Then you've had PTSD from Stronghold Streets. And I'm looking forward to the next game and you saying
Oh
what
my
exactly
God,
happened
that was
there.
so
But
backward.
what's happened here is, yeah, what a clutch. I mean, just one person in the caves.
No, 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 no. Do you know what happened?
Was it the sniper?
Team kill. That was a team kill.
Oh.
Oh! Arbiter with a sniper rifle just absolutely demolished too. That was a beautiful shot and a half from his end, but then here comes the overcharge shield.
Yeah, alright, the ball has been dropped. Now it's the members of Frenchman's Arbiter right here with the power weapon. Yep, he was there on the hunt. And once more, TRKDH, they're trying to penetrate this defense. However, they're just unable to. And once more, all 4 members of Frenchman's are alive. And they're just alongside defending us. That's a no-scope. How? How?
No scopes are super accurate in this game. Like, honestly speaking, like, you could not even scope and it will still hit them in the face. But the thing is that, how is he getting these?
I have no clue.
He's a god with the sniper, man. Yesterday, even today, he's not.
Ball taken.
Yeah, I mean, there's no stop. These members right now. And okay, TRKDH, they finally get the ball for themselves. They can start tracking up the points. However, the tally is a little too much. And with the members of Frentinels pushing through yet again, it only gets far more difficult as to keep on holding the ball. However, TRKDH, they know this is one of the few opportunities they may get. That's why they're not giving up. But finally, the location of the members is known. He will succumb. And that means that Frentinels have control of the skull yet again. They can start building up their points. They can start building up their lead. However, TRKDH, in this case, they have very much penetrated the defense. They are here in the bunker. And Frentinels cannot hold on. What was the line of defense earlier has now been broken, segmented. And TRKDH can easily attack from so many different angles and get the ball for themselves, which is exactly what they're doing.
Starting to compound into something a little bit more dicey. And with this. It's just gonna get even better and better. Ooh, from the back end, that's gonna be a massive touchdown on the one. Pushing it down through though. You can see the positions. A fisticuff immediately to the face, and that's gonna be the thing that shuts down all the members of TRKDH. That's gonna give Brendanals an opportunity to finally hold on to the skull and get the points for themselves, because you gotta remember the point margin just, yeah, it was stuck on 30 for a while because they did not pick up the skull. That was gonna be a costly one, but immediately they dropped the skull and they're like, yep, time to take the fights, get the kills, and then get the points. This is smart from them. They want to fight for the 4 versus 4. They do not want to risk anything here.
Exactly. What was I saying about the line of defense on the side of Sentinels? Well, it's back up and running. TRKDH, they're going to have a very difficult time. However, they're converging as a 4-man roster on towards the bunker, looking for kills. And it's very important who gets the kills. It's going to be Sentinels with 1 kill. HS invent from behind. That's going to be another for this man. And once more, the defense stays strong. The Wranglers there, the snipers there on HS invent. And he's popping off for the sniper. But in this case now, he will fall down. He will die. Opportunity rises for TRKDH. Are they going to capitalize off of that? We are watching Hefty Chiorak 9 pushing into the bunker. He is being attacked from many corners. And he gets 1 kill alongside the help of his teammate. But very, very quickly, Sentinels are back up and running. And this one man was popping off. PS inside. He got a lot of kills. He's dead now. However, his teammates have taken his position once more.
Scenario in general, and 1 by 1 running it all down, and it's just done. TRKDH, they're finally back in control, and this is so competitive, and the way that they're moving themselves around, they need to find out even more. The skull's back in hand one more time. The positions are being given. The Mangler's gonna be able to deal a good chunk of damage, and 1 shot from the Mangler is gonna be all that it takes to maybe take down the opposition a couple of hits. 6-7 points over. They still have an opportunity, but the shots are missed. Mangler's not gonna be able to connect, but still the Valor Rifle's gonna be better. Here comes the melee, and that's gonna be a double trade. No, that was not a trade. That was just 1 kill for 2.
Now ball with nobody, no man's land. Well, it's been taken now, and once more TRKDH, they are looking to keep it under their control. However, alarming here, he's been hunted down. His teammate also killed in the caves. And Sentinels, they've got control. They can start racking up the points. 2 minutes, well, not even 2, 1 minute and 50 on the clock. And Sentinels are going back to their old roots. It's the bunker defense. It is going to be the line of defense as well. It's going to be 1 person holding it off, keeping the ball safe. Meanwhile, his teammates are looking to keep it safe and sound. And here's HS Invent on the flank. It's just, like standard procedure for them. However, in this case, it's not going to be standard protocol as TRKDH take bunker control, forcing Sentinels to go on the retake, which they will. Now, how long can Team Eagle keep the control of the ball?
Oh, this is 71 points. It's getting built up. This is so competitive. It's 79 to 72, 73. It's not the best of places. They need to make sure they hold this down as hard as they possibly can to try and take this first initial point. 83 points. They cannot risk it at all. They just need to start building it up more and more. Here comes the pushes. The shots need to connect here. If 1 shot misses, it's already done and dusted. It could just be over. But still, they're able to survive. The trades are still going in the favor of the side of Team Cobra and Sentinels. They're keeping the game as competitive as they possibly can. 83 points. They won the skull. 1 more kill. That's all that it takes. Here comes the backup as well, and they get it all down. Ball has been taken. The points are being racked up 1 more. And TRKDAs, they need to run all the way back. Their team is not even here. 93, 94, 95. 1 last fight. 1 last team battle. But still, the team battle doesn't even matter. The guy's just going to be chilling and holding it down onto the skull. Round 1 has been won in the most anticlimactic way possible, but at the same time in the most beautiful system as well. Predators just won 1 team fight and ended it all.
Beautiful stuff right there from the side of Sentinels. They had control. Their bunker defense really worked, but now TRKDH are well aware of this. We already saw countermeasures being established in the previous round. Now they'll be looking to do the same. However, the kills so far are favoring the members of Sentinels. It just is a matter of who's going to get the skull and how quickly are they going to get the skull. It's going to be a pickup. Sentinels are there. The nade doing a lot of damage, picking off so many shields, making the members of Sentinels vulnerable. However, in doing so, Sentinels still take skull control. They are right here. Zeb Gaming also falls to the ground as that's a bit of BM.
Oh, that happened.
Oh.
Ball taken. Ball carrier killed.
What just happened?
So far, I mean, Sentinels haven't had ball control. Quite interesting. TRKDH, they've had it for the majority. PS inside, his location is known. He has to give up control. He has to fight his way. Can he be secure? Because this is Sentinels essentially looking for an improvised plan. They know bunker isn't going to work anymore. They're doing something else. Guess what? They're going to go on the opposite side of the map, on the opposite spawn. And they're going to camp there until they can build a lead, which, well, they have technically built a lead. It's just not enough for the time being.
Building it up really closely, and the fact that he's poorly hit from another side. Oh god, this is bad.
Ball taken.
You can see the panic in his eyes as soon as the guy peeked the corner. He's like, nope, nope, this is not how it's supposed to go. But still, Arbiter's gonna be there with a little bit of a backup contingency plan. Good shots from the side of the being able to take down one. Falls down to his death a little bit here, but still they need to get their way up immediately because the point margin is just getting quite a little bit dicey. One more kill and they should have it all back in their bag. One person falls straight into the water because of a repulsor shot. It's gonna be difficult for him, but then again, it all really does go down over to the sniper, hitting a couple of shots here. One shot, one kill. That's all that he needs. He's not gonna be able to get a dream shot though.
Oh my god, HSN is fighting like 3 members of the KDH right now. Can he survive now? He finally falls. But once more, they are trades from the members of Sentinels and TRKDH. Not having the best of days. Geoduck9 only on a single kill right now. I get it. You know, Oddball isn't at all about kills. However, still, you need to have a solid performance, especially when your opponents are popping off, especially Arbiter. This man has been on fire ever since semi-final 2 started, ever since we were on the first game mode. And once more, Sentinels, they keep on building the lead. They have reached halfway. This means they are half a map away from being the second grand finalist for the day. So, let's see what happens, how we progress further. 3.5 minutes remaining. TRKDH, if there's any moment to put the pedal to the metal right now, it has to be right now. There is no other time. You have to give it your all. No matter what you're planning, no matter what you're strategizing, you have to put it into work and you have to get those results.
Ball taken.
It's his turn to maybe try and find something a little bit too close for comfort there. But still, he's able to find shots, but he needs to try and find the skull. It's gonna be down at the mid, it's down at the bottom. Shots are gonna be good. The skull has been denied. But just as I say, it's gonna be denied. One player just randomly comes around the corner and says, scooping it up. It's my skull now. Oh,
My goodness. Once more, the balls will on the members on the side of the RKDH. They dive the hands of Gunda. He's gonna take it because now Sentinels, now their plan is, oh no, don't tell me they're going back on bunker defense. This has become their infamous plan right now, and I think they may just have to go for something along the lines of that. They cannot try anything else. They know to play safe and sound because the margin is too close, and with 3 of their members dying, TRKDH may have a slight opportunity. But yeah, so many of their members were dead as well. TRKDH, they're racking up the points. It's equal. TRKDH now in the lead for one of the few times that we have seen it. What is the reply from Sentinels?
I think this will be all decided through this one fight.
Mm-hmm.
This one fight's gonna decide everything here. Whoever wins this, it's gonna be the thing that
no.
go back. Oh no, the gunfights are being lost. That's gonna be another one. And yep, the skull's now back towards the other side.
Alright, so a bit of head bashing right there. That's me after a ranked match. Get it? Head bashing because the skull on the wall.
Don't explain the joke.
No, you have to. You have to. It's how you become funny. Yes. You can't. I'm very funny.
I told you that. It's probably...
No comedian. I told that myself. Because I am the funniest person I know. But alright.
Ball taken.
Alright, well, TRKDH right now, they have control. And this is still extremely close, by the way. Both teams on 70 points. Can they hold on to the ball? Once more, we have Geoduck9 fighting. He falls down. It's gonna be TRKDH. They have 80 points. Where are Frentinels? Now they can take the ball. However, this is one gunfight that needs to be won by TRKDH. Yes, they will. Geoduck 30. He keeps it for himself.
That's
90
right.
points. The same place where Frentinels took the win is where hefty Geoduck 30 can help his team. Final push from Frentinels.
Oh god, this is so close. This is too close. If they lose here, it's done. They cannot let go of the skull. They need to try and win this. Any lost gunfight here is gonna cost them everything. One kill is all that they need, but they're still not gonna be able to fight it. Grenades being thrown on the left, grenades being thrown on the right. This is their
90.
final stronghold. This is their final push. That's gonna be the first
93,
kill. That's gonna be the
93.
second. It's over. TRKDH, 2 members left. There's no way they're gonna be able to clutch this one out. But no, I spoke a little bit too soon. They
95.
have the thing.
He's
But no,
died.
they're getting
He
killed out.
did.
The guy got out. 95
No
points. Couple of more. It's
No
fucking
way.
up to me. 98, 99, and
Oh
it's
my
100.
god! What?
That was too close.
No
for
way.
comfort. This was such a competitive standpoint from the side of TRKDH. They nearly brought it all back, but right at the very end, a couple of missed shots, just a couple. It took only 2 to 3 missed shots to cause everything to fall apart.
Jesus. Those final 10 seconds, 15 seconds were more than the entirety of the Community Cup we have seen so far. 93-87 turns into 196-95, I presume. I have no clue how the teams went that much, but hey, if there's anything we know, it's bunker defense, bunker buff do be real. That's it. Oh my god.
Oh my lord, that was a close start.
Jesus.
We did not expect it to go that
No,
far. Both of these
absolutely
squads
not.
just absolutely went ham against one another. They didn't stop for even a second. And at the very end, it just took a snap of a finger to just shut everything down there, then and then.
Alright,
Getting on over to
taking a
the
look.
match highlights, dude.
Yeah, having a look at them, I only wish one thing. I wish there was a way we could hear the player comms and what was going on in the call in those final few moments and during the entire semi-finals as well, especially round 2 of Oddball, because this is where it got really heated up. Before that, Aquarius one-side, I mean not entirely one-sided as we have seen, but still Frentinels had an easy-ish victory, especially towards the end. This was far like the opposite of easy, on the other side of the spectrum, with how the teams had to fight in order to do what they were doing. But keeping all of that in mind towards the end, my god, what a win, what a performance from all 4 members of Frentinels. It is very adamant as to why they have hype surrounding them, and they deserve all of it.
Frentinels, they show a different level of consistency, but is it enough to go up against a team such as High Ping? That's the real question, because I can see the makings of 2 incredible rosters just being an absolute Chad and a dominant force on their own right. But then again, it does take those small little changes. Sorry, what am I even saying? My mind is absolutely blown after those last 15 seconds to just switch everything out, because you just saw this was down to the wire. This could have just been a draw. And then we would have just had to fight for that final point of whoever wins it all out. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus, the way in which the movement was working, the kills, this 1v3 as well, that almost happened, and then Gundar's performance was there.
The lead that Frentinels had, they were on 56-22. And from that, we ended on a 198. 100 versus 98.
Jesus. Yeah. KDH, they were not willing to give up. Even after losing the first 2 game modes, they knew they had a chance and they were gonna give it their everything out, which they did. Yes, towards the end, quite unfortunate they fell and they will be out of this tournament. They won't be going into the grand finals, but regardless of that, What a performance. Absolutely insane stuff right here from Frentinels. They deserve the spot in the grand finals as well. And right here towards the end, my oh my, what a victory that was. Moving on over to the veto screen, we see it's a 3-0 win as well. We will not be seeing capture the flag. Hopefully, we see it tomorrow. But for now, it is going to be Stronghold Slayer, Oddball, all being won by Frentinels.
Reynolds just showcased their performance as a team in perfect fashion. Nothing more you can say about that, honestly speaking, because now
Mhm.
they have set their dates against the members of High Ping. And High Ping, they
Exactly.
have showcased their dominance in not really very close sets. I would say it's very one-sided the way that they were able to win out on all of their matches. So I would say Frentinels, they had much more of the experience on their side going up against such a prominent squad of TRKDH. Even if they did not win out on any of the maps, what they did win out on was our own hearts. Because personally speaking, they performed admirably. It was not
True.
one-sided at all. They were going in for different strategies. They were trying to adapt. They were trying to bring in something a little bit more different. And it just started compounding even more from there.
Yeah, I have to wholeheartedly agree with that. Both of the teams, they were trying everything. And Oddball was the perfect example of that. But still, it did lead to the same result. Taking a look at the brackets, the grand finals that we will be seeing tomorrow are gonna be amazing. Hyping, no one has really been able to contest them. They've been winning everything in a one sided manner. But TRKDH, they fought against Apex bots and won. They fought, Fentinels. They fought against the RKDH and they won. Deadbeats, it could have been a good matchup, but you don't really know what was gonna happen because of the forfeit. Yeah, you can't really expect or say anything. Regardless of that, with the way Frentinels have fought, they are going to be a menace to the members of Hyping. Like, I'm pretty sure Hyping would have been seeing this replay. If they aren't watching it live, they'll see the ward and they'll be like, okay, first, be careful of the bunker buff. Do not, if we are playing live. First of all, I don't think Hyping may just go live fire. Even if they do not let Fingers go into the bunker. I think that's rule number one. But apart from that, all of the maps that we'll be seeing, all of the game modes, it's going to be another best of 5 as well. Just like today, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we'll have one BO5 and it will be the grand finals to decide how exactly is the prize pool of 50,000 rupees for this community cup going to be split. And then of course we have the streamers themselves as well. Halo is really going to be fun. There is so much different. 10v10, we'll have Slayer team deathmatch. We're going to have double points as well, only for this weekend. There's a lot I'm looking forward to here at the Streamer Quest, not just Halo. Halo will get over after the weekend, after an intense weekend, which is still going on, by the way, here in the week. We have so many more titles. But right now, with what we have seen in the Community Cup specifically, I'm really excited to tomorrow. I think it's gonna be the closest one we'll see. I know we just saw 198, but I think tomorrow we may go to like decider maps and map fours and something along the lines of that. What are your thoughts?
I'm really hoping for that, man, because
Mm-hmm.
it's been a pretty one-dimensional. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
one-sided, one-dimensional. A little bit better on that end,
Mm-hmm.
where one of the teams just completely decimated the other. But the tournament's been shaping up a lot good, but a lot more in a much more of a better light. So hopefully, hyping they're going to be able to give Frentinels a run for their money, or the other way around. Let's see exactly what both of these teams are capable of. Both of them took their semifinal matches on a 3-0 set, but the grand finals could just be going over to 5, and we're going to be here with you to cast all of it. And CCV, if today was anything to go on top of, Frentinels, they've proven themselves to be a force to be reckoned with.
Similarly, so for hyping as well, I mean, defeating JBGN in such a manner means that, it's gonna be a battle of the behemoths. For the first time, we'll be seeing, two giants of the region compete for a prize pool in one of the first ever tournaments of Halo Infinite South Asia has ever seen. But for the semi-finalists, thank you everyone for watching. This has been AMD Presents Streamer Quest. Again, one final time, if you want to play Halo Infinite or you want to play multitudes of other games, make sure you get Xbox Game Pass, more specifically on laptops with the AMD Ryzen 5000 processors. Go into the description, get some amazing deals for yourself. It's already sale season. And For us here at the Esports Club, make sure you follow us on all our socials. Do not miss the stream event. Do not miss the grand finals happening tomorrow. But for now, the semi-finals come to an end. I'm CCB and joined alongside Aggressive. We'll be signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.
You're always on your game during work time. Now, take the work out of game time. And creating your best edit requires time to make the right cuts. So, we help cut render times. Get the processing power to do it all. Join the gamers and creators who know the pure speed of AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen.